Good evening, everybody. Let me move that a little bit closer. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Dire Bear. Welcome to Falskallan Nights. I am your host, the Bard with no name. Before we get into tonight's session, I'm a tad tired. I'm not as tired as I was that one time that I had to cancel halfway through, but I'm a tad tired. One of us is sick. The other one had to bow out because of sickness as well. So we're running a little bit short on people. That's okay. We might run the episode a little bit shorter, and that's okay as well. We care about people's health here at Dire Bear Company, and Tom's better at doing a lot of this stuff. I miss him. With that being the case, let's get into tonight's announcements. Spleen, go into the announcements.
Oh shit! Let me swallow. Want to thank D&D Beyond for supplying us with our epic character sheets, because how are we supposed to know how much fucking damage we're supposed to do if we don't have the glorious sheets in front of us? Also, if you want gear and all that, or like stupid spells for the nerds, you go to D&D Beyond, you'll be able to read all that shit. It's perfect. And then I also want to thank Charminar's group. Remind me of their name really quick.
FX may vary.
Effects may vary. Effects may vary, Jesus Christ. Listen, I took Sudafed. I'm about to be out drugged up. So, they are a band of musical creative folks that created the outro song. So if you're here, you better stick around to the end or else. So listen to the fucking song, because it's really fucking good. They also have a game of their own. It is pretty chaotic. You think we're chaotic? You should go check out theirs. And then I want to also tell you to go and spend coin at our freaking Patreon and also our merch, because it's freaking awesome. If you want to be as badass as me, you should get our merch. Yeah. Other than that, stick around and find out.
All right, well, that's everything. Let's get into tonight's episode of Falskallan Nights. Good evening, and welcome back to Dire Bear. Wait, that's not this time. Oops! Last time on Falskallan Nights! Oh, I'm tired. Team them fought a banshee. They decided to go out to the woods, and after copious amounts of trying to prod them with mushrooms, they finally decided to follow the trail. And finally met up with the banshee that they've been meaning to meet up with, trying to convince them with a locket with a very similar visage. She attacked. Much chaos ensued, and 2 players nearly dropped. But at the end, Juju with the final blow, Howard with the final blow, and stabbing Spleen in the process, unlocked, well, something. As the visage of the banshee went away, what laid in Spleen's arm was a drowish woman that matched perfectly in the locket that she had. After a night's rest, and still no sign of this woman awaking, she finally did awoke. At this point, you are in the morning. She's still covered with a lot of the tatters and whatnot. So the tattered linens and like the kind of a half cloak going on there. It's a lot of very much it's damaged and very weather worn. It's not exactly something meant for warmth or real coverage. So basically just think of it as rave wear. But with that, yeah. So the last thing she said, where was I? Where am I? Sorry, not where was I? Where am I?
You are in Falskallan? It's kind of a broad question.
Where do you think you are?
I don't know. None of this is recognizable to me.
But you've been here for a while. Do you not remember being a ghosty ghost?
Everything is a blur at this point. I remember floating and screaming, and killing. But, I mean, I also, everything is a blur. I can't place anything at this point. You say Falskala, but I don't know this word.
It's the country. Oh, my map up there. This is outside of Menestad, right?
Yeah, this is north of it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay. We're a short travel away from a town called Menestad in the country of Falskala. Not really sure if this country existed when you were around last. Do you know what year you last remember?
Let me actually pull out some dice here.
Yeah, roll.
Shit, I need to get it too.
Roll a history check, JT.
Yeah, I need to roll a history check. Just shit. Let me just go. Huh.
Get the dice. Gotta get the dice. The dice.
She looks up and kind of closes her eyes for just a second. You see, at this point, as the sun starts shining through some of the trees that you use to cover yourselves for that, she kind of winces at some of the sun just hitting her face. And last time I remember, it was the year 8025, under the reign of Thorin. Now you make a history check.
Oh shit. That's a lot. 23.
23?
I was waiting for you to be like 7.
That doesn't ring a bell whatsoever.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Under the reign of who?
I said Thorin.
Okay. That is probably from quite some time ago. Because it doesn't sound familiar at all. Um,
If you don't mind, do you guys have something to cover me up? I feel rather vulnerable at this point.
I might give me just a moment. Also, don't we have a bunch of cloaks still?
I was gonna say, did you still have those
Me?
cloaks from the cultists?
Speed,
Eh,
you have cloaks.
let me double check.
Unless we use them all in the sewers.
I have a few. A little bit more. I got these.
She just kind of grabs something and like she whips it all around her and she whips it around her, puts the cloak over. This will have to do for a moment.
Now I have 5 left.
You're just slowly getting rid of them.
Yeah.
Oh, you're one of those people who would regift a gift, regift a Christmas gift.
Yeah. I also cut off a big branch and trim it a bit and hand it to her so she can use it as like a umbrella.
She's slowly becoming the goth that she was always meant to be. Aversion to sunlight, wears large cloaks, parasol. That's
So,
perfect.
One
So-
robe for her, one for the umbrella.
Basically. I need to ask, where did you get that locket?
Oh,
Ooh.
where did we get that one in particular? There's a bunch of them. We've gotten at a bunch of places.
Right now I'm
bunch of
only
them.
holding on to 2 of them. Yours, I think. I mean, you look
Yep.
the same. And then Callus.
Gallus. Oh. How did you acquire these?
One was like in a cave of an ugly giant
Yeah.
troll thingy.
Hill
These?
Hill giant. Like just in a pile of just random shit.
It had raided
Hold on, a
quite
cart?
a few caravans.
Yeah, and then I don't know who the caravan was for, but it was there. And then the other one was this cultist little bitch.
Yeah, her.
It's been causing issues. Well, not anymore, because she's dead.
You mean these are artifacts? Wait. You acquired these. How? I understand you just told me the story, but how?
I grab them, then I put them in my belongings. What? Okay, so what do you want? What? Am I supposed to not be able to
Ew.
grab them?
No, these are extremely rare. The fact that you have 2 of them.
I had 3.
You had 3?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was stolen from us. In
Yeah.
fact, we had another one as well that Hal's grandfather still has.
It's at this point like her eyes are now just locked in on like basically I assume that you have her locket out
Yeah.
and showing.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's severely just like the look on her eyes are just this. Out of all the places, you guys have these.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you have it anymore? Wait, that was kind of a dumb question because you're a ghost.
Well, I guess what do you mean by you guys? Like, are we
What's
not
wrong
supposed
with
to
it?
have these?
No,
Who's supposed to have them?
they are mine, my brothers, my husbands.
Oh, you're married? Ah, dang it.
Loser in the ribs.
Ow.
Explain, we knew that.
Oh, yeah.
They are all mine, part of my family, and close inner circle.
Yeah,
Do
we've gathered that, before you told us, actually. Well, continue.
Gallus was my brother-in-law. If you wish to know.
Okay.
The other ones, did you open them up?
We've opened 2 of them, I think.
What were the names on them?
Arcalas? There was Kalas and Arcalas. And Patrina, from what I remember.
Yeah.
Arcalus is my husband. I don't know if he is alive. Or not. There's a lot to this. I will have to explain a few things. But the fact that you have had 3 of them in your possession, that is not... There's something else going on.
No shit.
Yeah, and we're trying to
Yeah.
figure out what, because it might be a dimensional problem, not just this plane. Do Does the white hand mean anything to you?
The white hand?
Or Laisharas?
I sure as I've never heard these words. The white hand? Yes.
How do you feel about the white hand?
I feel like if we're going to have this conversation, that we might be... I need to eat. I need to sleep. I'm quite exhausted.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Can
we
I
can.
roll an insight?
Sure. What specifically are you trying to insight?
They're deflecting / dodging. So if it's like legit, I'm tired and exhausted, or if it's more of a, I don't want to answer that question.
Okay.
Ooh. Dirty 20.
Cool.
And like just to confirm, this is like a full corporeal drow, like no longer ghost.
Yeah, no, full, like...
Ooh.
What stands in front of you is what you assume to be a full-blooded drow.
Okay. Yeah, Yimmer's just eating weird.
You've seen many a drow before. She looks very much of the part.
At some point, Yimmer would.
Sorry, could you say that one more time?
At some point, Yimmer would actually, while he's doing the insight check, he's going to poke her.
Okay. So you're looking her up. You're looking her up and down, and you very much sense an apprehension to start answering these questions, but you also see that she is quite exhausted. There's very much that demeanor of like someone just kind of woke up from the dead.
Okay.
It's like a hangover wake up, but maybe just the worst thing you've ever felt.
So yeah, Yimmer just kind of.
Do you mind, little one?
Oh, not at all. Yeah.
As you poke her flesh, it is cold to the touch, but it's flesh and bone.
Sorry about that. Just I'm eating these weird mushrooms over there, and yeah, you were a ghost. Thought you were a ghost. Somehow you're not a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, can't be too careful.
I understand.
Anyways, you want a mushroom?
She looks. Make a persuasion check, actually.
Excellent. It's so good to have a mushroom. 24.
Oh my god, you're gonna fucking trip out. Welcome to Falskallan. Have a bad trip.
She looks. You are very convincing. No, I'm okay.
Huh. Did not expect that answer after that initial statement.
What initial statement?
I'm very persuasive. But okay.
So at that point, she's like, all right. So where is nearest town?
It's south, 30 or so.
Oh, sorry. Oh, Jesus. Oh. I don't know what you hit me with, but I can't stop burping.
Let's make something to eat. Howard's gonna light the fire up and get it nice and toasty.
Okay. So at this point, it's still morning. Like sun has risen, and so, yeah. Give me a second.
Mhm.
With that, so what do you make?
Me?
Yeah, well, you cook the fire, or are you cooking the meal, or who's cooking meals?
Yimmer will cook.
No, Yimmer will not.
No.
Wait, sorry, that's the DM. I have no interference in this section.
Yimmer goes to pick up the spoon. No. You all heard that, right?
I mean,
It's just
Yimmer can cook,
Now
but
he's
I'm gonna
tired.
be watching his ass like a hawk to make sure no mushrooms go in it.
he just picks up a spoon. Don't you do that! You just see a pigeon flying overhead. All right, so you make just a basic breakfast, and she eats it. You guys all sit and eat, and just kind of do basic banter and whatnot. She's more or less looking around at this point, and just actively trying to identify where she is. And it seems like there's just a sense of curiosity, but also lost, like it's just complete confusion. Tell me more about this land. I wish to know. I wish to learn.
Where do we
Run by a
start?
bunch of dicks.
That's
What
not
pl-
false.
What place isn't?
That's true.
Also not false.
Hmm.
Well, right now, there is like a hidden war in a way
Yeah.
of the White Hand being gone and then coming back.
Yeah.
There are spies, moles. The colors are scrambling to do whatever they fucking can, which is like nothing.
The colors.
Yes, the colors.
Who are these people?
Kind of.
There's red, there's
kind
blue,
of
there's
leaders.
purple.
Powerful people who have their own areas
They're like
of
super soldiers.
expertise.
Yeah. Like one's good at being sneaky and can change the way they look. One is super angry and an asshole. One is like a book nerd person that is all about knowledge.
He's an
Then
archmage.
that, and then there's one that is like the saltine version, like she's like just basic good. I don't know. But I have to be nice because my friend dates her. And then there's one that's big furry guy. I don't know what he does.
He's learning.
Oh, there's a druid.
Mm-hmm.
She's also kind of a bitch. But I am too. But yeah, they
So-
kind of like run stuff.
So you're telling me this is like a provisional council?
What? Looking at everybody else.
Do I have any idea?
Instead
Yeah.
of wearing the circlet.
No, I think
Spleen took it off.
Ah,
yeah, I got the emotional whiplash.
Yep.
It's selectively unlearning everything that had been learned.
Yeah.
too much.
Yep.
No, she's not far off of the description. It's basically like a council that's appointed by the successors or by the predecessors, and it's been like that ever since the revolution. And so it's more or less like people who are closer to them are more likely to be chosen, but it's not rare to have somebody outside their quote unquote circle. And of course, everything goes through a little bit of a vetting process. This is kind of common knowledge of how a color becomes one, and then subsequent scrubbing of all information of them from any sort of history to be more or less like a figurehead, as well as like a quote unquote like faceless being to
Mhm.
be the ideal.
A personification of the principles.
Pretty much.
It's not far off. You could view them as that. Different runs run different things. Navy, military, adventures guild, various aspects. The mage school. They only come together in certain times when needed. Don't really get along all that well, but they do work together if need be. Like a lot of leaders.
Mm. Not unless you're under a monarchy
Well, yeah, true. We
or
are not
empirical
here.
control.
One of the neighboring countries is like that. A monarchy, I mean.
Hmm.
Corduria. But there was a war with the White Hand some years ago. They kind of vanished, and now they seem to be back, although not openly or as openly.
Mm.
Not really certain why, how, when, all the things yet. We've got bits and pieces, but they are after these lockets for some reason or another, in some way, shape, or form. It's
They're
kind of,
coming back.
end of the war, they were driven off, and a lot of people thought they were non-existent anymore, that they had all been gotten rid of. You know, all but small tribes and such.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth of the matter is, people don't really delve into that region all that much, so it was speculation mostly. But I mean, when you go 20 plus years without conflict anymore from a war, assumptions show some aspect of truth. And then they popped up out of nowhere, attacking key places and times in very different ways than they used to.
Interesting. They're after the lockets. They show up 20 years after being dormant, for let's say lack of a better word.
Mm-hmm.
And then they using more subterfuge.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We don't really know what that has to do with you or these lockets yet, but there is something to it. That much we do know. We've come across the name of a plane that I think you originated from or had some dealing with, a dread plane.
How'd you die?
A dread plane.
Skogagard.
Which kind of looks down and kind of just starts biting into, for the sake of it, like a piece of dried fish that you guys kind of just heated up a little bit and just kind of slowly chews on it. Yes, I'm from there. That is my home plane. So if that's the case, then I'm not on my home plane.
No, you're in the material plane.
How did I get here?
I think it's a bigger question of how long you've been here. There have been rumors of ghost of the woods, witch of the woods, whatever you would like to call it, for quite some time, but nobody really knows. The rumors. People say they've seen you or they have seen something. Some people don't come back, some people do. Who knows what actually took them, But I mean, those rumors have gone around for years. We only came out here on a whim because Spleen had somehow interacted with you a few times and heard your name. And it was the same name as in the locket.
She looks over at Spleen. Oddly enough, I do remember our interactions, as few as they were.
Oh,
You seem to be the only person who actually took an interest.
yeah. Well, you seemed lonely.
You have no
I know
idea.
a lot about being lonely.
As I sit here and listen to these stories, I start thinking back on the things that I had done. I don't remember how long I've been here. Everything just blends. But I do remember people provoking me, prodding me, and trying to gain a reaction. And I would kill, and I wouldn't care. But you seem to be the one who was only curious about me.
Yeah. A big reason is I guess you being trapped. There's a lot of stories of ghosts and ghouls, but a lot of it can be twisted stories of tortured souls stuck in one place.
Mm-hmm.
War does that. Trauma does that. I felt like that when I was still where I was born, but in flesh. No one gave a shit about me at that time. What I would do to have interaction of, like you were saying, curious. And also, I have this weird connection with specters. They're my spirit animals. I didn't choose them, they chose me, really. So I was kind of interested in you in that sense as well. Thinking maybe I'm like, ooh, I got a different sense or something. I don't know. But mostly it was because I felt like I understood people being scared and warning you to stay away from this thing. Horrid, disgusting, terrifying. It'll rip you to shreds. It's either your nickname becomes Ah, or they ridicule you. They judge you immediately. Not knowing shit about your character. So yeah, I wasn't scared of you. I just wanted to know if you were... if you just were.
Well, I was, and now I am here. For
Yeah.
that I'm grateful. I do appreciate that.
You're welcome. I can see you've been staring at this.
Mm-hmm. It is my locket.
during the beatdown, this reacted a whole lot to you.
Mm-hmm. She looks at it and almost like, make an insight check.
Okay.
I would like all of you to make an insight check on this one.
My insight is +1. Okay.
3.
Roll one.
Ooh, I got
3
And
and 7, a natural 1 from Yimmer.
I got a 17.
And of course you would.
Mhm.
Wow. You guys are watching this interaction and trying to gain an aspect of it, but you're watching both Spleen and her at the same time, trying to bounce back and forth. And the rest of you are just having a point. Spleen, it's just between you and her. And you notice that like she wants to go out and grab it, but also there's very much a hesitancy to do so. There's just like a moment where she pulls back and then she sits up a little more regally this time. You hold on to that for now. I might ask for that later.
Okay.
what does it do?
Yeah.
If you've already opened it, you should already have a good idea what that does.
Nope. I don't.
And if we don't, but still did?
What?
Oh, sorry, got that backwards. If we did, but we still don't.
Interesting.
I dropped something. What did I drop? You dropped a dice.
You dropped the dice.
I dropped a dice! Nobody move.
That's just why you don't question me.
I dropped my brain. Where the fuck did it go? Where'd it go?
No. They are used for plane shifting.
Doesn't matter.
Oh,
That's why the
what's that?
concentration. It moving between the planes is not as simple as casting high level magic. It often requires a key, so to speak, to get to the plane you're trying to get to, and not shift randomly.
Hmm.
It anchors you to the place you're trying to go, essentially.
You're starting to sound like my brother-in-law.
AMH.
Yes. You also realize you have this book.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh, you're playing me. Oh, I see how this is.
Well, technically, we don't have possession of it. Hal's grandfather does, but beside the point.
Hey, sometimes I have to play this game, play the
Yeah.
DM role because I don't know if y'all are fucking with me or if y'all
Yeah.
have seriously forgotten.
Yeah, I chose my words carefully. We don't know much about her yet. Do you remember how you ended up as a banshee of some kind?
No.
How, or how you've lived for so long? How can you? Unless the year is different between the planes.
Time is irrelevant when it comes to anything between the planes.
That's also true.
My point of reference is completely different than yours. At that point, it's up to the gods, those who control the time, fate, life, those interdimensional beings that bounce between the planes and have no jurisdiction whatsoever.
Have you been to the material plane before?
No, but this is a first. So far, it smells sweet. In the sun, it burns.
You feel rested?
As she stands up, I'm going to be moving slowly for a while.
All right. What do you know of the White Hand?
Can you say that one more time?
What do you know of the White Hand? Now that you ate something.
Mm.
It's important. We won't hurt you or anything. We just need to know. A lot of people have died.
So can I insight check her on having been to the material plane before?
Sure.
That is a 12.
That is a 12.
Mm-hmm.
She says no, and you want to believe her. No, did we get a stretch? No, you're just stretching.
I'm just stretching. You're good.
I've heard rumors of the White Hand. Even from my plane.
That's odd. What kind of rumors?
Power. Hungry. I've heard of them taking over a few planes, actually.
What?
That's probably why we haven't really
They moved to
picked
another
up on
plane?
anything. They've probably been,
Shifting. Traveling.
getting ready and all in a different area, and then they just freaking get the drop on all of us. My thing is what do they want? What is the end goal? Because it doesn't make sense.
I mean, power always wants more power.
Oh, yeah.
If they've taken over a few planes, what's stopping them from trying to take this one?
Ugh. Yeah, you're right.
So taking over entire planes? That's such a vast area to take over. It would have to be enormous. We fought a war between countries.
Make a not insight, sorry. History or Arcana check. Howard.
With an Arcana, that would be 16.
16.
Mm-hmm.
Planes shift from the various sizes and shapes.
True.
Nothing like the prime material plane is by far the biggest in all of like creation, but it also doesn't mean that there isn't parallels or diverging sections. It When you start dealing with this sort of thing, it just starts becoming infinite in its own right. But the thing about Dread Plains is it is actually a very small place comparatively.
It's like flat Earth. It's like just a disc. It's a certain
Yeah.
play field. You hit a force field.
Honestly, it's kind of like that idea where it's
Oh.
some
Yeah.
planes are like that. Other planes are just like, again, there are almost infinite possibilities when it comes to jumping outside a realm of your own or the prime material plane.
Astral plane.
Yeah, like you go to the astral sea, then that's almost near infinite itself.
I imagine astral sea between planes, honestly.
Yeah, it's like
my head.
that very much could be.
Like
It's
planes are
never been
islands.
proven or denied that
Yeah.
it could be very much that.
Mm-hmm.
Other than there is a known existence of it, and getting to it is extremely difficult, like you had said before. But taking over planes may not be as a direct impossibility as you think it may be.
That does make sense. If
Hey, what's that? What's that one dude that was also like really gray, had scars? Ronith?
mm-hmm.
You know a guy named Ronith?
Ranith? No, I do not know this name.
Dang it.
You know of any curses that make someone powerful enough to hold back a dragon with physical strength?
By the tail.
Curses that give people benefits.
Some.
I mean, there are whispers and things of darker magics. But with something like that specifically, it's only things I've heard of in fairy tales. It's something the grandmothers would tell to their grandchildren to scare them or to keep them up at night or to warn them about something.
What? Can you tell us anything about Rom?
It's at that point you say that name and like she stops and like kind of just stares at you with almost an evil look for just a second before regaining composure. Just what do you know of this name?
Not a lot. Something about him dethroning your husband? That's about it, really.
What?
That he did.
What? Wait, where'd you learn of this?
I witnessed it.
Oh shit.
Hal's grandfather told us about it. A little. He needed to research more.
How do
What is
you
it?
know of this?
Of
Crom.
Hal's grandfather was reading a book.
A
He's
book of Crom.
a book about Skogagard.
Where did you get this book?
I don't know. We just picked it up for him. Someone
So you're
tried
telling me
to
that
steal
you've held 3 artifacts from my plane. A 4th being a book. Or did someone go to my plane and research it without my permission?
I don't know.
I haven't left.
How did I become a part of all this with you?
That's a good question.
Fate.
He could travel the plains, I guess. He is quite powerful and old.
I mean, we plan on taking you there.
I want
Yeah.
to see this person.
We don't really want you to get involved with the colors because they'll probably,
Do nothing.
or they'll bar us off from interacting because it'll be like, oh, this is important. This is restricted. Lower ranks can't. Bullshit. So yeah, we're gonna take you to his mansion.
You've never plane shifted before?
No,
So
I
then
never needed to.
Why is your locket used to plane shift if you never have? What is the purpose of something that you have never used? What is the importance of it? Why?
You'll
And
have to.
for your husband and brother-in-law to all have one yet not use it seems weird.
I want to speak to this man. The one who holds his book.
All right.
Can I do an insight to check why she was so deflective on that?
I would like to as well.
Go ahead.
Another 3.
Did you?
I have a
Put that dice
0
in dice
to
jail.
insight.
Same. 16 for B.
16 for B.
Nice.
Damn.
Straight roll.
Nice. Nice. You get the feeling that she knows something. As to why, you don't know.
Does the name Elris ring any bells?
Elris. No. No.
He has another amulet that he had when we met him. It was always his.
Why so many?
Not sure.
Seems like we're not getting off at a good start. You've released me from my prison. I appreciate every one of you. I do not wish to create further hostilities. There are lots of things I know. I do not wish to answer them. Not here. You've enticed me with a man with a book of my plane.
Yeah.
I figure then maybe we'll seek answers together.
Yeah.
Let me send him a message for the moment. We won't see him extremely soon, but it is where we want to head. Give me a moment.
I think we got actually on a pretty good foot. Wait. Yeah. Well, other than the fight.
And she kind of goes over to you, like kneels down, like cups your chin, lifts it up, and for that I'm forever grateful. By the way, that kiss was absolutely amazing because it brought me back to life.
Oh. Oh. Ooh.
And she kind of just like lets go, stands up. Mushroom man, throw me one.
Hey,
Mushroom man.
I will. I'll have you know I'm not wearing the crown right now, but I am the Mushroom King. But you're new. It's okay. Here you go.
And she catches, boom, looks at it. What did you throw?
Nothing bad.
The death mushroom that like transforms.
Oh, yeah.
Super important lead killer.
And that's how you get off on the wrong foot.
It's just, and she just gets out of being a fucking banshee, and you create a new monster out of her.
Oh, what? Not death. Cockera. Damn it. Didn't I? Descriptions.
Glistening Kokora.
Yeah, that's the one. Pretty sure that's a safe one.
Let me just take a look at it.
I'm just trying to find the.
Fragmented sweet, edible, used for delicacies.
Yeah, that one.
A shining green and brown cupped mushroom, much like a chanterelle. It has a dew-like wetness in the cup that creates a sweet smell and taste it's known for, giving it its glistening title. And she looks at it. That's probably why everything smelled sweet. And just takes a bite of it, chews it. I could get used to this plane.
Wow. This is one of the best introductions I've had in a long time. I like you.
In the meantime,
If we're
Oh.
done, pack your stuff up. Let's go. And she just stands up straight and starts walking. It takes a few steps. Everything hurts.
Offer
I'm going
still
to-
stands.
What, for you to carry me?
Yeah.
I am okay. Thank you very much.
we can also
Okay.
just create a disc for her to ride on.
B?
Oh my god.
You want to be carried, B?
No, I'll walk.
Gonna send a message to Lord Baltrus.
I found the dice. I was sitting on it, and
The
it was
good
like in a
DM
place.
taketh, the good DM giveth. So you're gonna send a message to Boltrus?
Mm-hmm.
I would let Hal write in his book, but honestly, I'm gonna send a message so that we don't bring up the existence of his book or that it can communicate with Baltrus. Lord Baltrus, it's Howard. We met Patrina in the flesh. Bringing her back to you, if that's okay. She...
How many words is that?
I think I have 7 left.
Okay.
Oh, did you say 19? I have 6 left.
20.
She says amulets are planar forks.
Not spoons.
That's it.
I will let you know, you were once told this a very long time ago. By a
shit.
gnome that had unfortunately died in Menestad. In a fire.
I don't remember this.
This was wow, now I can't remember his name. Just
Oh.
before you went to Lumenguide.
I remember that guy. He was like the scroll guy, and he was
that's
betrayed by
right.
someone.
I
Oh.
forgot he told us. Oh, did I
Whoa.
note that down and completely forget? Probably.
That was a while.
That being said, so you send that to Baltrus. You send that to Baltrus. A couple seconds, come back. You what? She what? Now I'm curious. Bring her to me.
I'm gonna send him one more message. Should we travel with utmost expediency? Or make our way there at a decent pace? And that's it.
Cool. If you were all here today, the answer would be as soon as possible. Seeing as we're down Halsterian. It's we're kind of going at the pace.
He's not ready right this moment.
Exactly.
He's like, vacuum the ceiling, wipe down everything.
Help! Remove the chairs. we don't make sure that our guests make sure that we don't sit.
I know.
Vacuum the ceiling, wash the fireplace.
I want this place looking like Falskallan on ice.
Yep.
Shave the ice rink.
Did you flop the pillows? Too late. Throw them out.
Throw them. I love that line. Listen. Too late. Throw them out. Love it.
That guy was a genius for doing that.
I know.
It's so relatable
I
to
know.
all of our lives with that.
Yep.
Like that wasn't just that was just every mom.
Yeah. Now I'm like that. Where it was like someone's coming over. I'm like, quick, make it seem like we don't live here.
It's at that point when It's at that point when I start like doing that, I realize, whoa. I'm not the product of my upbringing. I'm not the product of my upbringing.
Break the cycle. Break the cycle.
Break the cycle. It's like, it's okay to have a little mess.
Mhm. I think I'm one of the few people like that where I'm like, we live here. We don't have to make this place spotless to impress them.
My whole life.
Plants have been
It's my whole life.
spotless.
My whole life.
Regardless, you just hear vacuuming in the background. No, take your time.
Well, he's aware that we're bringing you. He's not ready right this moment, but we'll start making our way there.
Excellent. Excellent. Perfect. I think I'm going to be a while walking it regardless. Starts walking and walks with a real grace, but also you definitely see like limping and very much like a pained gait.
You don't have to walk until you're better. It can only make your injuries worse. We can create something for you to ride on. It's pretty simple.
I would actually really appreciate that.
Give me a few minutes, and I will start ritually creating the disc.
Right on.
The disc.
The 10 minutes goes by, camp is packed up, and you guys are pretty much ready to move. The disc gets created, and she kind of steps on, almost kind of does like a Cleopatra and sit on it, just like a.
She's just posing as one of Spleen's French girls.
Yeah.
That's French girl. Yep.
She just T-poses the whole time.
Yep. Can't render her completely.
You cannot perceive what you can't render.
Such dominance.
Where's oh god. Oh my god. Now I'm imagining like a face that's not full details, like the splotches.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god. It's PS1 Hagrid.
Yeah, no. Oh my god. Oh my god.
She's just all gray because there's no textures yet.
Oh. JT.
This is why we vibe given.
Oh man. Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Start heading to Ministad.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Honestly, I think I'm gonna cut it here because I'm really starting to go downhill quick. And it also just makes more sense to really be like Halster give the time for Steve to come back as well.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a whole lot of information and suspicion going on both sides.
Yeah, suspicious.
Yep.
I hear it's flavorful this time of year.
Yeah.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Yeah, suspicious.
All right. So, thank you everybody for sticking around tonight. Yeah. It's not even 9 o'clock and I'm already going downhill quick. Woo!
Getting old. Woo! We getting old.
Bitch.
Yeah, well, I have a full day job and I work very hard. That being the case, so let's think about somebody to raid while I go through ending announcements. Once again, I would like to thank D&D Beyond for sponsoring us. So please check them out. They've got access to a lot of different sources officiated by the Wizards of the Coast. It helps me curate the campaign and helps my players have their player sheets all in one singular place, things I can access to make sure that things are set up properly for them, or if they've got a question, I can at least try and troubleshoot something, or either that or give it off to Juju because he knows everything. I would also like to thank, again, FX may vary. I got nothing. Line.
They do the singing with the singing, and they play singing.
They play with the singing and the singing, the gliding.
I say singing and the music. The musica.
Exactly. With that, check out our Dire Bear Discord and our merch because we've got a lot of beautiful items and stuff. I'm wearing the t-shirt. This is definitely a t-shirt, the sweater, and also the sweatpants. They are super comfortable, very warm, and the sweatpants come with an embroidered logo of the Dire Bear on it, and it is absolutely fantastic. But with that, we raiding somebody?
Mm-hmm.
What we got?
Dummies
Dungeons
and
and
dice rolls.
Dummies and dice rolls is what I was thinking. Sweet. Let's get into that. So we will see you guys here next week, and hopefully we'll have a lot more energy. Everybody will be here, and everybody will be happy and healthy and ready for some more lore dumping. That being the case, I have one question to ask you. Do you dare to imagine? Have yourself a good night.